more than a century and a half, Loch Lomond has been proud to be part of the story of Scotch whisky. The Loch Lomond story is a story of family who across generations have passed down the traditions, the art and the craft of making some of the finest single malts and blended whiskies in the world. We begin our story in Campbelltown, the Victorian capital of whisky, and one of Scotland's 5 designated whisky regions. Once home to over 30 distilleries, this small port on the Kintyre Peninsula is where we've been making Glen Scotia malt whisky since 1832. As one of Campbelltown's original distilleries, ours is still home to the very best traditions of artisans who continue to produce these malts with the same care, passion and craftsmanship as they've done for generations. Loch Lomond is one of the most famous and iconic places in Scotland. Its natural beauty means its name, our name, is on the lips of millions. Established here in the 19th century, we continue to invest in our distillery with state-of-the-art stills and facilities, producing the highest quality single grain, bulk whisky and single malt whiskies. Our distillery is one of the few in Scotland producing fine single malt whiskies and what's considered today one of the finest grain whiskies on the same site. And it's on that site where our whiskies mature, where we step back and let nature, the seasons and time itself take over. But even our barrels have a story. Over hundreds of years, craftsmen have learned that it's not new barrels that yield the best whisky, but casks that have already been used for storing port, sherry, or our preference, bourbon. And before we fill the barrels with our malt or our grain whisky, our own coopers give them the care and attention that's part of their age-old craft. When it's time to open the casks, it's the skill and the passion of our master blenders and their ability to combine the science and the art of whisky making that means we have been producing some of the most popular single malts and blended whiskies in the world for over 150 years. High Commissioner and Clansman are Highland blended whisky at their best. Blended using our own Loch Lomond malt and grain, High Commissioner is now one of the UK's best-selling blended whiskies. Our Loch Lomond malt and blend are much loved by our consumers around the world. Glen Scotia, Inchmurrin, Glengarry and the increasingly rare Little Mill all have their admirers. And now we're developing an exciting new range of aged and non-aged expressions of these precious and sought-after brands, as well as single cask special edition releases. At the other end of the scale, we're a leader in the sale of bulk whisky, expert in meeting the taste, nosing and technical requirements of our customers around the world. Alongside gin, rum and the UK's #2 selling spirit brand, Glen's Vodka, we bottle our whiskies at our facility at Catrin in Ayrshire. Then it's onwards to our consumers throughout Europe, Africa, Asia and the Americas to satisfy their growing demand for whiskies of quality and sophistication. So that's our story, the Loch Lomond story, where tradition meets passion and craftsmanship, investment and innovation, the very best ingredients to produce the finest award-winning Scotch whiskies and spirits in the world, enjoyed by our consumers throughout the world.